Good morning all. Today my topic is basic accounting. This topic is beneficial for all stream because everyone should know about the terminology of accounts and finance. Most of the time the students come with a question that ma'am, we are studying B.Tech, BCA, MCA, then why we have to study the accounting system. Then this is a basic answer for this, that you will in near future you will go with any job, any business, or you will start your business by your own. Then you should know about the basic accounting and finance. Basically accounting means you maintaining all the transactions which can measured in monetary terms in your book. That means you are maintaining some books. In these books you are mentioning all the transactions that can be measured in the monetary terms. Now first of all I want to tell you about the basic function of accounting. I will relate these functions with the books of accounting. That means ki which step or which function comes in which books of accounting. The number one is recording. Whenever any transaction comes in place in business or organization, first of all we record that transaction in the first book, in the basic books named general book. Number two, after recording we classifies all the transactions and maintain a other book name is ledger. Number three, after classification we summarize all the transactions and the name of that book is trial balance. Number four, after summarization, the fourth step or fourth function of accounting is analyzing. And that comes in final accounts. The final function is to communicate. That means report. See, whenever any transactions comes in place, we record in the primary book, journal book. After that, we classify all the transactions and open separate account in the ledger book. Then, end of the year, we find out the balances of all the account and mention in the trial balance. Then, with the help of trial balance, we prepare final accounts. And this is the most important step of the accounting function. Just because this step tells us we are in profit or loss. In final accounts there are two types of account and one statement, that is balance sheet, comes in. The number one account is trading account. Number two, profit and loss account. Number three, balance sheet. This is very common term that everyone should know what is a balance sheet and how we analyze the balance sheet, how we understand the terms which comes in balance sheet. But before discussing the balance sheet, trading account, profit and loss account, I want to tell you about the classification of account and the types of account, just because you should be familiar with the types of account before the understanding balance sheet and profit and loss account. So let's come on the topic number 2, that is types of account. Or we can say it is a classification of account. In accounting system, basically accounts classified in 3 types. Number 1, personal account. Number 2, real account. Number 3, nominal account. See, the question is what is personal account and which transaction will come in the personal account. So, personal account is directly related to any human being, or we can say any account which has a name, like Ram's account, Sham's account, Suresh accounts, Mahesh accounts, like that. And second one is, in personal account, the artificial persons also came. Artificial persons means ki the account which supports the other human being, like my bank account will be on my name, like so artificial accounts also come in that. Like anyone's bank account, capital account, drawings account, which comes in the artificial person. The best example to understanding the artificial person is a company, like a company's name Reliance Industries. Reliance Industries is an artificial person in itself, because the company has all the rights, like every human being has the rights, because the company registered in the law. So, the company having its name, that means it's an artificial person. Now, in accounting system, real accounts, in real accounts, all the assets will come in the real accounts. Assets means anything that company owned by its name, that is assets for any company. Now, the nominal account. Nominal account has two parts, the income and the expenses, or we can say the gain and the losses. So, incomes or gain, expenses or the loss. Now, what is the objective to classify these accounts in the different section? The objective is, there is a three golden rules about the accounting system, which applicable in the journal book, and I will like to say you that whole accounting system is based on these three rules. So, what are these three rules? Number 1 rule, that is for personal account, debit the receiver and credit the giver. Number 2, that rule is for the real account, debit all the assets debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Now, the rule for the nominal account is debit all the expenses and losses and credit all the income and gains. The journal book is based on these three golden rules. Like a transactions come in place, that we purchase something in cash, then there are two accounts are affected, the cash and the purchase. So, according these rules, the entry will be in the books. Now, I would like to tell you about some terminology of accounting, that what does the all terminology means, like what is sales, purchase, debtors, creditors, what is assets, liabilities. So, one by one we will discuss the terminology of accounting. First of all, I want to tell you about what is assets and what is liabilities. These are the main basic terminology of accounting. See, assets means we start our business with some investment, like we start, for example, we start our business with 1 crore rupees. we invested it is in our business, like we will say these amount is as calculated as a capital for the business. To run our business, we have to need first of all the capital, then we acquire assets from this capital, like we invested 1 crore rupees, then we will acquire some assets from this 1 crore rupees. So whatever we purchase to run our business, it may be like a building, like furniture, like raw material, like stocks, whatever, that will count in the assets. So the assets are the thing which is company owned by its name, that will be assets for the company. Now second one is liability. Liability is something that is company have to pay, have to return to the other parties, that will be the liability for the company. The best example of liability is capital. Capital is a liability just because the other person invested in our business. For example, we need the 1 crore rupees, so I cannot invest the whole amount by my own risk. What I will collect some amount from others, like I will borrow, I will issue some shares in the market, and I will collect all the capital from the outsiders. So end of the day, what I will do, I will return all the amount to them. So this is my liability to repay the amount that I have borrowed from the others. So that will be the liability for the company. Number 3, the expenses. To run our business, we have to expense something, like we purchase our raw material, we pay the wages, we maintain the administration, the offices and other services. So we have to pay something in against that services we got from the others. So that are the expenses. Number 4, income. Income is what we get by running our business. We run the business just to generate a profit. So after the completion of time period, what we get, that is our income.